Most of Singapore's food is imported, but some makers are doing things differently. Crafting bold, homegrown flavours from scratch and putting Singapore on the global taste map. In a food facility in Woodlands, something unmistakably Singaporean is being cooked up.
Imagine you're eating basically a seafood dish. It has a very strong umami taste. It's salty, also sweet, and it tastes a little bit of a curry leaves and a hint of chili as well. So it's quite a unique taste. What are the problems with this one?
Oh, this one because got the black head.
Okay, blackhead.
Irvin didn't set out to create a snack. He opened a Chinese restaurant in 2009, hoping to make a name for himself in the F&B world. Things were going well, until a move to a quieter location.
I had to really pick my brain to come up with something new, basically to survive, to save the business. And I asked the chef, what should we do? You know what? People actually come to our restaurant to eat the salted egg crab at that time. Every single table will eat the salted egg crab. So why don't we try to focus on that?
They took the same salted egg mixture from the crab dish and tossed it over something completely different: crispy fish skin and potato chips.
We packaged the snacks into a jar, and we were just selling it in our restaurant back then, in the cashier in fact. But after 6 months or so, it turns out the sales of the snacks actually outsells my restaurant's business itself.
Today, IRVINS snacks are sold in over 20 countries. While they are made in massive quantities, the heart of the process hasn't changed. Step inside the factory, and it doesn't feel like a typical production line.
It's sort of like a big kitchen because the process is still the same. There's a cooking process. We use like real ingredients.
Fresh curry leaves, sifted by hand. Chilies, blended for heat. Salted egg yolks, cooked and mixed till creamy. This is the base of IRVIN's signature sauce, made from scratch, batch by batch.
So the sauce will be mixed with the fish skin or potato chips, and then we will put it into the oven for it to be made more crispy.
Once the snacks pass through quality control, they move into the final stage, where automation takes over. Each pouch is flushed with nitrogen to keep the chips crisp, then sealed by machine to lock in flavor and shelf life. It's a crucial step, part of scaling the business while keeping every bag consistent, safe, and ready to go. Even as the process evolves, the heart of it stays the same. A flavor rooted in a Singaporean dish and now landing on shelves around the world.
I think what makes IRVIN special also, we embrace ourselves as our own heritage. It didn't came from the idea that we're trying to follow a trend or something like that. And we proved that we can elevate a Singaporean dish to become global.
In Sembawang, another flavor is taking shape. One that starts with a single bean.
Eight years ago, craft chocolate or bean-to-bar chocolate is a very new concept.
Jay wasn't a trained chocolatier, but when he discovered the world of craft chocolate, he saw the potential to create something unique. Unlike mass-produced chocolate, bean-to-bar makers roast, grind, and refine the cacao themselves.
I found that there's actually chocolates that are much more flavorful, even with just cacao and cane sugar, much more flavorful than what we're all used to.
Good flavor starts with good beans. Sourced from trusted producers, then sorted by hand, to make sure only the best make it into the chocolate. Then comes roasting, the first real transformation of flavor. By adjusting time and temperature, Jay brings out different flavor notes.
when you roast the beans, how fast that beans absorb thermal energy and convert it into a process that caramelizes. So that basically changes the chemical composition of the beans inside, and that transforms into flavor.
After roasting, the beans are cooled to let moisture evaporate. Then they're cracked, the husks are blown away, and what's left are the nibs, 100% pure cacao. The nibs are ground into cocoa liquor, then refined in a ball mill until the sugar, cacao, and cocoa butter are silky smooth. Next comes conching.
This allows some of the volatile flavor compound to evaporate away. So we can control how intense we want the cacao to be or how the chocolate should be.
Lastly, it's filtered, tempered, and molded.
Once it's set solid, we take it out, and then that's the final product.
But for Jay, flavor doesn't stop at the bean.
barbecue.
So without the smoke, it's nice.
Once the base is perfected, he starts experimenting, infusing the chocolate with unexpected ingredients.
So when we came to make chocolate, we came without any background in chocolate. So I think that allows us to think outside of the box. That's why we started playing around with all the different flavors.
That freedom to experiment led them to a world of flavors. But the ones that meant the most come from home.
We want Singaporeans to evoke a sense of nostalgia on the kind of flavors that we have locally. And then for foreigners, to have a taste of Singapore, so that next time when they come over to Singapore, they know that, bak kut teh is something that I have to try. Rojak is something that I really have to taste because it tastes so wacky, right? How does it taste in the dish itself? But when they taste the dish, it kind of relates to the chocolate bar that they have tasted before.
Across the island, something else is brewing.
Let me try maybe a bit lower. I want to get it drier though.
John is the founder of Brewlander, one of Singapore's first craft beer brewery. But long before the tanks and tap lines, he was brewing in his apartment, fitting in after work.
Homebrewing for me was my escape every weekend. I would look forward to improving things that I've done before and getting it to where I'm happy. And it was very addictive for me.
What began as a hobby quickly turned into something more. As his brews improved, so did the feedback. But what pushed John further was spotting a gap in Singapore's beer scene.
Every time I'm traveling within Asia, I'm already starting to see like craft beer popping up in local markets. But when I came back to Singapore, it's all the international commercial brands. And I think that's why the whole motivation is to have Brewlander be that iconic representation of what Singapore craft beer is.
To do that, John knew the beer had to speak for itself. And that meant going all in on the craft. It starts with malted barley that's crushed and soaked in hot water. This process, called mashing, extracts sugars from the grain. Next comes lautering. The mash moves to a new tank that acts like a giant metal sieve. Here, a sweet liquid called wort is separated from the grain. The wort is then boiled and hops are added. That's what gives the beer its bitterness, aroma, and complexity. After boiling, it's cooled and transferred to a fermentation tank. Yeast is added, and over the next few days, it eats up the sugar and produces alcohol. This is where John's craft stands out, in the way he works with yeast.
If you understand your yeast and keep it happy, put it in an environment that makes it happy, your beers will be amazing. Most breweries would like to only deal with 1-2 yeasts because they don't want to maintain too many yeasts. We use more than 10 different yeasts. We blend yeast at times as well. Because to me, it's like different yeast creates different flavor.
Some yeasts are clean and subtle. others bring out bold and fruity notes. For John, it all comes back to the belief that when brewed with care, a beer can go places.
Singapore's leading the world in so many things and aspects, right? I think that we can also endeavor to make our beer scene
From salted egg snacks
Color looks good today.
Yeah, the color looks good.
to single origin chocolate to local brews, these makers are crafting flavor with purpose. What began in humble kitchens and workshops is now reaching taste buds around the world, one bold idea at a time.